grab your fam, and watch out for bugs, because it's time for family art making. Last week we looked at the roses that live in Mabel's rose garden, but did you know that something else lives here too? Bugs. There are all kinds of tiny critters that live and help out our roses in the garden. Let's learn about some of them.
Some of our frontline fighters that keep pests away are ladybugs. These little guys keep aphids from ruining our roses and make it so we don't have to use harmful pesticides. You can also see butterflies, dragonflies, damselflies, and even just regular old flies fluttering around the gardens. And crawling around the grounds, we have ants and beetles that help us out and freak me out. We also have bees like the honey bee and the green orchid bee that pollinate all the beautiful flowers on our grounds.
Last year we actually had a hive of bees move into one of the statues here in the rose garden, and it was a weird situation where we had to save and conserve the art, but we also need to save and conserve the bees.
We discussed having beekeepers safely move the beehive out because, bees can sting guests and that's not good. We discussed moving the whole sculpture somewhere where fewer people go, and we even discussed letting the bees stay there and just putting up signs explaining what's going on with educational material about bees. Thankfully, the bees made the decision to move out of the sculpture on their own when it got cold, and we just covered up the hole in the sculpture and everything was safe and sound. But what a crazy situation to have where bees are living inside an artwork.
Inspired by that beehive and the rest of the sweet critters that live and protect our rose garden, I thought we could make some bugs to protect our roses that we made last week. And of course, we'll be using recycled materials to make our bugs today.
The supplies you'll need to make your bugs can vary depending on what you want to do. But you want to start off with something like a bottle cap to be the body of your bug. I also have some paper that I'm going to use watercolor paint to paint the different wings and things on our bugs, but you could use markers or crayons or whatever you like. I also have some pipe cleaners to make antennas, little legs, and anything like that, along with some googly eyes and any other decorations you think you might like. You want to add some glitter, maybe you want to add some stickers, whatever you want to make, it's up to you. I started off by drawing out the shape of the wings of the bug I'm going to make. I'm going to make a little ladybug. And I based the size based on the size of my bottle cap that I was using, and then I just went in with the watercolor paints and painted it to look like a ladybug. So it's red, and then once that dried, I added some little black dots. And then I cut them out. Once cut out, I then added my googly eyes, and if you got an art kit, your googly eyes are sticky already, so just peel that paper off on the back. And I stuck my little googly eyes on, and then also glued the wings on too. After that, I wanted to add some little legs for my ladybug to use to crawl around the gardens. And to do it a little bit more quickly so it would dry for the video, I used hot glue, but you could just use regular old liquid glue. It'll work just as well. You just have to wait a little bit longer for it to dry. And it's really that simple. I have my little bottle cap ladybug ready to go and protect the rose that I made last week from any bugs that might want to eat them. I also made a little friend that will crawl across the ground, kind of looks like a spider or something, and all I did for that was take some little pipe cleaners and bend them and glue them to the bottom of the bottle cap to make its little legs. And I also made a beautiful butterfly, so it has antennas and wings, and the wings are painted with watercolors just like the ladybug wings. And those are the three bugs I created: a beautiful ladybug, a butterfly, and a little creepy crawly spider beetle thing. I would love to see pictures of your bugs keeping your roses safe. So as always, you can send us a picture of your art projects to the Ringling Facebook page, the Family Programs Facebook page, or send us an email at education@ringling.org. And if you do, let us know that it's okay to share it with the rest of the Ringling fam. But that's all I have for you this week. Next week we will continue our trips to the rose garden. So I will see you then at the same time and in the same place. Bye!